the right I'm looking for, I think. Okay, welcome to Horley in England. I haven't looked ahead at all. I just had to start recording there because it just got me food. I'm going to a campsite, it's 10k away. Oh, there's so much to talk about. It's nuts. So I think I'm straight for a bit. Hang on, I'm trying to navigate as well. And my phone is on 4%, so the light is very low. It's hard to see. Straight through there. Follow that road for a good bit. Yeah, till we go under the motorway. Alright. So there we go, small field. Okay, we're on the right road. Oh. So I can't lie, I'm just having an awful 12 hours. So I get to that campsite that I said. I tried to check the website. Tried to get their phone number, neither available. Website was down. So I get to the campsite. I'm pretty tired at this stage. I've got 1% left of my battery. Pretty much out of water. And I'm like, alright, sweet, I made it. Still in the back of my mind aware that like that I might not get a spot because it's Saturday, you know, it's busy. But then when I get there, I see this big open field with no one in it. So I was like, even if they're full, I'll blag my way into this field and you know, should be alright. So then but then I get to the next field where all the campers are, and there's just kids everywhere. Super soakers on the go, just like so many kids. That's when I know I was fucked. Yeah, people tell me not to swear on YouTube, but it's so ingrained in me, especially when I'm bullying. It's discrimination against the Irish if the YouTube algorithm does me over for it. But anyway, I knew I was screwed. So I go into the reception. I asked the girl there. She's like, oh, I have to ask, you know, we're full. And then I tell her this, like, oh, I'm running across Europe, any chance you can squeeze me in somewhere? And then the owner or whoever she was, I didn't catch her name. Which way has to be out. She comes out and she's like, sorry, these people have paid specifically to have a private event, so no randomers like me coming in. And I was like, that's completely fair, I 100% understand, but my phone's there, can I charge it for? few minutes, you know. And they're like, yeah, of course, no worries. But your one, the owner, she was so helpful. She just straight away starts getting on the phone, ringing all the campsites around for me, trying to get in. She's doing it for ages. She liked to talk, you know. That's what even the younger girl said at the start. But so much to the point where I was talking to the younger girl and I was like, is there a pub around here I can just I'll just go, have my phone charged and I'll regroup. And she tells me one's not too far. I was like, sweet, I'll see you later. And she's like, no, she's still ringing for you. So then she finally says, basically where I probably would have ended up anyway, the nearest campsite. But she rang ahead, a guy named Colin said I could stay. So I was like, lovely, thanks. You know? And then I'm like, do you have any drinking water here? And your one goes straight up to the fridge and gives me a 500 milliliter bottle. So I take that, you know, free on the house. And I was like, thanks, but I was like, I'm gonna drink that now, and I have an 8.5 kilometer 5-mile run to the next campsite. But I didn't want to say that to her because you'll seem ungrateful then, so I was just like, alright, thanks. And then I started moving. And to get there that day, I'd used the commute app I've been saying, which is good for finding the trails and stuff, and it keeps you off the busy roads if there's no footpath. But it was getting on now and I just wanted to get to this new campsite, so I just put Google Maps in, let's go, music, earphones in. It was very hilly around this area as well. Sorry, just coming up with your left there, please. Sorry.
Sorry.
You're alright, you're alright. Yeah, it's just very hilly, so it was a bit tough, but legs felt good. Again, it wasn't like the canal where I had a bit of fire in me, you know, to go, but I still just felt great. And just something about having that much miles to do and then like very little water and it just being tough. It's kind of why I'm doing this, you know, like, oh jeez, my watch has been paused since little. Oh man, one of them days. And we're about to lose our footpath. No, just one to the left, because that is half my story, my morning. Jesus Christ. So I'll keep going chronologically. So I'm making my way to this campsite, and the roads are just very dangerous. It's like 6 p.m. on Saturday, so like shouldn't have been too much traffic, but it was very busy. Looking at it afterwards, it was close to the motorway, and people when they're on the motorway or coming off the motorway, they're still on that mode of that speed, like they're not ready for cars or people or bicycles or walkers, you know. Sorry.
Sorry.
Like that. Thanks. Shoes all over the place. So, yeah, just dangerous roads. And like I kept getting the turns, and they had the barrier on them, you know, like that waist-high metal barrier. So there's literally nowhere to bail into, you know. And like I said, a lot of hills, but they're very sharp hills, like, so going over them, there's no visibility. And then I'm coming to this corner, it's pretty dangerous. I can't see around it, so you know, you run against traffic, but if I'm coming up to a dangerous corner and there's a straight road behind me, I'll run with traffic because the people behind me can see me, you know. So I'm doing that, and I'm coming around this corner because I'd got to a point where I'd gone so far, and on my right, when I'm running against traffic, there was nowhere to bail into, and I'm coming up to this corner that if they come around it, they won't see me in time, and they'll have to veer into these couple of cars behind me that I can see coming. So I had to cross over to go with traffic around the corner, because I know that the cars behind me can see me, you know. Because the problem with this buggy is it's the width of bicycle handlebars. So, you know, obviously I'm meant to run against traffic, which I do as much as possible, but at the same time I'm not as small as a runner. You know, this thing takes up a lot of space. So I'm going around that corner, and these two young fellas in the car, you know, early 20s or whatever, and it's just out of the window, your man, the passenger seat, wrong side of the road, mate. And I just shout back, you know, it's a corner. But as he's doing that, he overtook me on this really dangerous sharp corner, over into the other lane. He clearly can't see what's coming, and he only missed the car by like 3 or 4 seconds, if that. So it's just like, it's crazy. People, when they see me, they treat me like a runner. They just completely ignore the buggy, you know. And when he went to overtake me, like, I barreled into the barrier that was there as much as I could, you know, made myself as small as possible. But it's like, I don't, you know, I'm obviously going slower than a bike, but like, if there was a bike coming up to that corner, you just slow down. It was nuts. So it really kind of shook me, you know. Just, I know how dangerous this is, but like, I don't know, that was just a close call I had. And plus him calling me on it, you know, it just really annoyed me. So anyway, like, I'm still going, and the road's just still dangerous the whole way. Like, there was one point where I even got out Google Maps for the point I was at, just to see what was over this little hill on a bend, because I was like, if there's another turn after that, I'm gonna die. Now luckily it was a straight road behind that, so, you know, I could get this I could get a sprint on, like, but yeah, either way we got there in the end, you know, thankfully, in one piece. Thank the Lord, or whoever's looking out for me. Then I get to the campsite, your man Colin is bang on, asked me a little bit about what I'm doing, says, you know, for charity. I said, yeah. Then he goes, you can stay for free. I say, our gent, etc, etc. And I thought the woman at the first campsite where I couldn't stay said they didn't have a shower. But then when I got there, and remember, it was a really hot day and I was running dusty trails the whole day, it was filthy, really need one. I haven't hit that main road yet, have we? But luckily he did. It was a little electric shower in a portaloo kind of thing, and that's what the toilets were as well, just little portaloos. Still straight for a good bit. I was also thinking about staying. Like I've said, this is my 10th day in a row now running. I've been looking to stay somewhere for like the last 5 days, but England is just it's a fourth world country, and I'll get to their footpaths in a second. So yeah, I think, oh no, yeah, so they didn't have hot water there. They had hot water in the electric shower, but the sinks and all were just cold water, so I couldn't do a load of laundry. But I did, man, you know, at least bring my clothes into the shower and give them a little wash, but it wasn't enough. But it was better than nothing. That's 2 campsites in a row now without hot water. Like, even just my pots, like, just trying to get to the cheese off it from, you know, the pasta that I made, it's just impossible. Like, I just hate England. I hate it. It's awful. It's like a fourth world country, mainly because then all this I can live with, but they're all just set up for caravans to do weekend camping. Like, the English just like to go to a field for the weekend, you know what I mean? Like, this one at least did have it did have lakes on it where people would go fishing. That I can understand, but the rest I just don't get. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then because of the lake, there was a lot of geese, like 50 geese walking around the campsite. So there's just duck and geese shit everywhere, which I'm not the most prudish of fellas. You know, I can handle a bit of nature, but it's like when I sit down, I've no table or anything with me, so all your food and stuff, your pots, you're putting them on the grass. So I'm just looking out for duck shit everywhere and sitting, you know, with it in my vicinity. And then I wake up this morning and I see in my tent, I don't know how it got in, but I'm 90% sure it was a tick, which I'm terrified of. It's really my biggest concern in this trip. So that was just like, just really not what I wanted to see. I'm gonna wait till this motorway's gone. So this morning I take it slow. My battery had died, but it's been real sunny, so I just charged it in the morning with that. I had enough to get me 10 kilometers to the next town, you know. And had to wait for my clothes to dry as well, the ones that I washed in the shower, and they still weren't fully dry. Like, t-shirt and shorts I can live with, but putting on wet socks when you've already got athlete's foot and stuff on the go is less than ideal. Because again, like, just once I get to France, there's going to be washing machines, like everything, just actually looking after campers, not just caravanners. And so what was I saying? Yeah, I got going late, about 10:30, and after the dodgy day I had the night before, I wanted to take the back roads, you know, as much footpaths as possible. So I put it into the commute app, off we go. Nearly straight away on trails. I'm like, lovely. And it got a bit thick, the forest and stuff, which I was like, whatever, I'll deal with. Although actually that did suck because of the tick, you know what I mean? Like, normally I don't mind too much, but because it just had a tick, I was very wary of shrubs and stuff. So you're just brushing against that, just like, here we go, if the cars don't kill me, tick-borne encephalitis will. And then I'm going along, and just out of nowhere there's a fence. Like, I'll probably put a picture up on the Instagram, but they have this fence, and then they have like these bits of wood going perpendicular to the fence for you to step over, you know what I mean? That's kind of hard to imagine if you've never seen one of these before, because you just can't imagine why they would have this. I meant to Google it before I start recording, but I just can't imagine. Like, if it's for wildlife, have a fence and have a handle on it, you know. Because as well with the commute app, it asks you how you're traveling, so you can either say by bike or on foot. So this thing is like in the middle, because if I say bike, it's okay with putting you on the road, but if you say on foot, you're liable to get some fence. So I'd already walked just too long, so I was like, I'm lifting it over. So I took all the gear out, lifted the buggy over, put all the gear back in. And the gear takes a second, like, I can't just throw it in, I have to do it correctly, you know, so it fits. Then another fence about 3 minutes later. Now I'm pulling, but I do it again. And then a third fence, but it's right at the road. It's like, say it was like right here, you know, so I could just see the road. I knew it was at least over. But this one was considerably smaller than the others, whereas the others had 2 steps, this only had 1. So stupidly I was like, I'm just going to try lift everything over, put the front wheel on the little step and try get it over. So I put the front wheel on, trying to lift it over, and it just falls back down. So I take all the gear out, lift it over, put the gear back, and then when I start running, I get a flat road and you'll see. But the front wheel is now a little tiny bit to the left, so it just wants to drift to the left, you know. So I don't even know how I fixed that, because it had all the weight of this on it at one stage, so it's just not good. Stupid on my part. Don't know what happened there. Maybe you could see that, 'cause I wasn't looking up. So then we're going, and then I'm just on the road, and it's just the usual story with footpaths that are just overgrown or just disappear. And keep in mind, I'm like 3 kilometers away from Gatwick, one of the biggest airports and one of the biggest cities in the world, and there's no footpaths. Like, it's insane. What's going on here? Let's check the directions. Okay, we go right. East Greenwald. Yeah, just like insanely overgrown, just so frustrating, I can't explain. So you either have 2 choices if you want to walk in England: either walk in the footpath and get run over, or just crawl through the Amazon jungle. Make sure that was the left. Okay, straight to the golf club and then take a right. Bum. There's a nice take it or leave it book thing. I've seen some of the old phone boxes that are very iconic here, the red ones. They turn them into what do you call it? Take it or leave it, I don't know. So yeah, I think that was it. On me moaning out of the way. So I done 10k this morning to get to Horley, which is where we still are, I think. Just got some Greggs for breakfast, and then I was gonna go to one further, just do another 40k day. But I know it's gonna be the same crack here, with nowhere to wash my clothes or anything, and I just can't keep doing this. My feet are gonna fall off. So I found one 10k away from where I started recording, and we're gonna go there. And of course I looked for a phone number. Oh, I said, you're one who was at that campsite full of kids. Like I said it to her, I was like, you know your website doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't, I know. You know? Like, yeah, it doesn't, you know, it's kind of an issue. So the one today, or the one that was 40 kilometers away, I tried ringing them, no answer. The one that I was originally going to go to today. And now the one that's 10k away didn't have a phone number. So it did have a website though where I could book online, so I could see there was still availability for today. And from the pictures it looks nice, open and spacious. It's a Sunday, not a Saturday, so it should be fine. And yeah, just hope for the best. Please use our new footpath. Like, is this for the sports club? Is this for the fucking road? Jesus. Sorry, does this go back out onto the road, you know?
Sorry?
Does this footpath go back out onto the road?
No.
Nah, no worries. Thanks. Of course it doesn't. This is England. It's absolute shit. I hate this country with all my heart. The 800 years of oppression I can forgive, but these footpaths are unforgivable. Biggest city in the world, like one of the biggest cities in the world. But I suppose we're technically in London, maybe just on the edge of it. But it's just ridiculous. Look at that, see that sign there, it says public footpath. Oh, actually, that points into the sports ground, but they have them everywhere and they'll just point into a field that's completely overgrown with pretty much no access. I just can't get over it. I think I'd have a better time in Africa. Like. Sports ground was meant to take a right. Maybe it was a sports ground and not a golf club. No, we're not even close. Keep going. On the roads. 29. I just quickly back to your man saying about going on the other side of the road. Like, you would probably noticed I do be zigzagging from side to side or this and that, but like every bend I go up to, you have to evaluate, you know, take each one in its merits. So this one on the left, or this one, I can see on the left I have space to bail into. See the stones with the grass, so that's good. Like, I'm looking behind myself now to make sure that car's enough space. And the right side here doesn't have anywhere to bail into, but the cars should be able to see me from a good mile bit away, you know. So here I'll stay on this side because the cars have enough time to see me. Yeah, just like, I don't know, it's like those two guys obviously, you know, they just know that you should run on the other side of the road, so they're shouting at me like I'm stupid and they're overtaking. They literally were so close to dying, and I probably would have been as well, and killing someone else. Like, I'm not just worried about myself. I don't want to cause an accident. I'm aware that this is dodgy, you know. And like there, I hand signalled to your man that I was going to take a right and get out of his way, you know. But that's 30 minutes, so we're going to end it there. Hopefully I've only another about 5 or 6k. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.